run hard, straight line.
Simple. They just keep it simple.
Ni sia kulang ale level lang footwork. Malu si ke kama. Po ia ngumela ngoi nga ke lenga. Ole mai ke le sawole. Ale football le lenga ye.
Yes, le so ngoi nga fo ti ale Skelton.
Yeah.
It was a bad news mo le Wallabies.
Yeah.
Wa fia le Blacks. Wa lucky. Wa vole nga ka lo vo ka malo e heso le ma kam fai e pull off ya wa pa wa one position foi wa ku wa be. Ai va pe uma ka longa scout. Ele sele kulanga le impact foi lang ki le kulanga me. A pe sa ngoi ke le foi kanga kama makala foi le Blacks fa mai ole. Ia winga le ka ko. Kwa le ya au uma. No. Ole koi le ko fa kamala I ka uma. Ia pe foi as kama mkensi. Ia ngale lang ki polo ba so lang ke ngai. Ia o mali I weekend ngo mangi. Ia makali ho pressure me. Ia al me ka wal malo. Pe ia nga pengi le malo. Ia. That's
right. And a few hours later, after that game, was the Argentina-South Africa at Twickenham. And that was a really good game too. I mean, Argentina did everything, but they had South African team. Those forward back, the bench they come off, they are so good, strong power, and they just couldn't quite hold back the Argentina couldn't hold back that South African bench, the bomb squad, as they know. But again, like you said, it was a tight competition. Both teams finished off on the same points, but it was only decided points for and against. And that's good for Southern Hemisphere rugby because we're lacking in those really big games. And I'm not talking about only Australia, New Zealand, Argentina, South Africa, but again, our Pacifica teams, they need more of those real tough games.
Certainly,
Ole kalonga ma Afrika. O mese foi Afrika le pasienga mo wei squad Argentina. Ale kulanga na kum. Ye vai le ka ngo kelo le mele wo fia Argentina kongole. Ole ka sanga ni.
Championship.
Ele o mo runga ye le level Argentina le kaimingi ya. Ngole ole level le wo ka misanga le ka le Argentina. Ole ki foi Argentina na ko lenga ko ole open play le ko sa ke la ko le foi la ko kicking kai
and ole ka ngo foi I results mo me wo ele la kapi uma mau ke le luma I au ngi le fa le Springboks o le Blacks o le Wallabies if a pe foi Argentina ole pe wo ku mai lalo ia nga piko ko la I o fiki ma ia o ka ko lo la lo la wa onga ole ka wo me ka wo mo we visi tilinga o competitions o me nga ki le pe fa fe nga mo ngi ka longa o me la nga ki le we have to look for la competition lo ka ki lo ku le I le mele wo fa ele awa le a kenging sila o uma le wo ka pala ngo fo ia isi kenge ka alo competition la fa Northern Hemisphere wa o menga nga fo nga le ke le o ngelangi o ngol majority o kenge ka alo ka usanga ako
12 months
so ia va felanga pe mena nga consistency fo le ia maintain ia le ia ka alo ia me uma pola la competition sa ia la ba le mol malo siri il kingo mal ma fo fa ko langa ni
le si player le se la o fi la o la ngi sin le local number 5 le pa langi
le fo le
kwa
Holland
o le timing o le o so ke le polo le mo le ngumbe lima le ngi si lai I line outs o le timing le physical ka mo kwa se le malo
we're starting to get the right mix because I think we've got forward the front row there's a lot of good front row of Tamakino with Tamati and so there's about a good 6 props and we got Cody also in there at hooker, so we've got 3 good hookers, even ones in development. The mix of our loose forwards, we're always going to have Ari there somewhere. I think now he's going to stay at 7. The balance between Peter Lakai and Wallace, that's going to be a good competition. Because Wallace needs that competition. If he's not up to it, then Peter Lakai is going to come and take it. So that'll give him a bit of a wake up call that needs to work a little bit harder, or they can work together. But the back line, the 9 and 10, I think we're almost set when Boda Barrett comes back. But there's still our midfield, and there's still good competition in our back three. So I think it's really healthy. And come again, like you mentioned, I think it's always going to be not so much that we're playing poorly, and if I say to something better, they are getting much better. So, and the only reason and the only way we can get better is we need to go on tours to play against them often. And if it means that we have to go play Georgia and go play Chile or then, but we just need to be on the road rather than not playing at all.
On tour in of year. Me wala nga ka ngo fa ga ko ngi sa mo wa bo le si competition ka alo ka ko o ni te ka ko fo ye o tour ye inga ya ka alo ma ulo o inga ya o ka ko le vo sa ma sa inga ye
ya wa pe o le menga sa ka ko ya sola ma se nga ka ko pa o tour zinga mo ka longa wa ke le ka longa o le fo nga mo me o combination kamaka alo screen I miss ya all of I me lo langi o kemi ngi it's all about to be seen I lungole I me ele o ka ko ya aka kong lo fo yo kasingam ka pe ka wang ka lango ngi e wa lo ka ko pe masinga fo we fe le board meeting ATM le board
yes
ya asamo ya pa wan me ya mo le ko fo ya ka si ka ngu man mangi ya nga fo fa mo ai o me ka nga luem ki kilo e ka ko la ka pi ke mingi o kilo ia la ko fa ngo me fa na ko ses ma yungi ki ke le nga ka nga o ka ngo sa lo rugby wa ele nga ka ko fisili I funding me uma aki kil mo le rugby pe fa nga funding ya me se la ko nga me fa pe ka ki se ave se la ko nga proposal fa ave e o le fia o ka lo o mo ke la de con competition en super rugby en fin ma ko mo ke tua ko ke mingi me fa pe nga at least ya mo ka no ya wa ale ka lo nga ya fin ka ke pe o le menga NPC la ko langa mo we le NPC ke mingi ya ka ko
well, we're on the quarterfinals now, and we've got games that are coming up. Been watching some of it, only highlights really, because the international game has been wonderful. But we've got games on the weekend. I know that if we just bring that up for our quarterfinals, so quarterfinals weekend, the one that I'm really looking forward to is Canterbury and Counties, Manukau down there. I think Counties are starting to get better and better, and I like the look of with Papali and Sotutu and all those boys that are playing, all those Mansamoa boys. I saw Hindenburg come back from the USA. He's back in the 4-pack, so they've got a really good team. The other one too would be the Hawke's Bay Taranaki. That's going to be a good game. Hawke's Bay is starting to play well, and they've got a lot of our Samoa boys in there. And we can talk about maybe after the NPC they can go to November. We can talk about that later. Otago Waikato, that's going to be a tight one. That's tomorrow night, and then on Saturday I'm sort of leaning more towards Tasman there, but the game at Bay of Plenty against Tasman. Bay of Plenty started so strong this year, and then they sort of went off. A little friend of mine, Richard Watt, who's a coach there, Lee asked come on, but that Tasman team still got some good players there. But it's going to be interesting, the quarterfinals, and this is the business end of our domestic rugby competition. Oh, that's a very good question. It's
Kele school vasun kyo ngi ma Otago. Pero ki kilo ngi ko au self le minimal self alen au ye lungol le top 8. Ko ki mai ya au lo self al. Ya le sau Canterbury sau Otago. Jasmine. Ya nga county sala le o.
Counties in there.
Mau ko nge.
The disappointing one, like you said, Auckland, North Harbour, and Northland, and that's the Blues region.
Yes.
And so, there needs to be a deep,
North Harbour.
North Harbour, deep review on what happened, because it's not good enough. Auckland, because we've got so many good rugby players, and it's not reflective of there, and there's a real disconnect, I think, between the union and the club rugby competition, because you can't say that's the best of club rugby. I support my son, and I watch club rugby all through the season, and there are some very, very good rugby players that are he's going to go play Auckland. Nowhere near looking. Maybe the B competition, but so it's very disappointing. But but we can always come back, and I'm looking forward to review, and if I see something, I'll bring it to the table.
Esa leia o ka u kele ya o loka ko vai ko ngelen pisi ka ko mal competition le no mangi ai fa ya si fa mo ma ya ko me o i okina e van ma fu anga me o mala le va pe fo yo e ko langa me foi me nga lue ma ko ki kilo ko fa le ai a ko os ke mul muliang ka ko ka kalngo ye ka kalngo fo yo lo o fa ungo o le NPC me o ya mi se fo la le ko kele ka mi sa mo ka alo ai me se la ia ka ko ka longa fo le ka ko repachage la ka ko man sa mo ya November wa ka longa nga o se ka longa piko silinga ka u a ko vi ka uma ka fa so ye e pola la vale lungo le mea i ka longa ma kulanga fo we kam fa ya ka ko ya e lem fa la ka ko ye ka ko ngong mi se fo ya sa mo ka ko ku ya mi se fo ya ka ko ngi la uso fo ka alon man ka kele manga o vole le ya wongele ko li fai ka ko le woka o mela le e fa ka wo mele a mo ma titi le NPC le wa ke lo a ke kilo le le coach fo ima le malu mala ko male yungi e ke le ko me ki mangu le ka alo vai so uma ko ke le ko me ki wa ku e kilo o ki kilo mau ku aku pe Europa ma fa ke kilo me ka me ki ngi le ye ka alo nge mo wala ir ka alo ngal manu ya November ka alo ngal fai ma pelche me ma repacha
the other thing too 24 is that there's 3 weeks before the All Blacks go on Northern Tour, so all those All Blacks that haven't played will be back into NPC that are there, so that'll lift the standard again. So if those boys are playing, those Samoa boys are playing, then they'll lift their standard too, which will only be good if they make themselves available for the repechage, and if some boys are there, because we'll take a good team and we'll all be in form. So they'll be playing some good rugby and some really top quality rugby that they'll go over to Belgium and they'll be ready. Not in January where it's Kirikiki season, there's no rugby playing. Now they're ready to go, and so if they select them right, make themselves available, I think we can have a very strong team that should do a job in Belgium.
Kele me ka ko fa so im ko kalngo ye mun mliang ya mul kemi ya la fisin ka ko malon ka ko fo ima ye ka ko mo lo la le NRL rugby league ola ka kia fo yo lava ya so ri ma mai ungole o finals nga ye ka kalngo i mo final kengi ya wale vinga final vole ya Broncos a kengi ya male aula le Roosters ya
ole o se kausanga mo nge o champignon o kamamara o kenga kala po kasi same club
and from Brisbane the AFL for the AFL of Brisbane so they had women and the AFL is
ole vanve kelele pick up o kenga li kalongo nge la kapi mile 7 la kapi sauliliki vanve kelele so le vanga wala le so very smart players man pa ku pe si le ku ma fo king ngai do ka kongi kam le finger ka lungo post skills kicking skills so le ko ma ga ye ke la so
there's quite a few Pacific Islanders the both teams we are chechi
so I was watching it I was just getting ready for the main game, and I just turned on and then when I just started watching, it was just about to start. It was a very good game.
Very good game.
The quality of the game was high, and as you know, we've played over in Australia. That was at 3 p.m. and you know how hot it is in Australia and Sydney at 3 p.m. And so the girls played like it was an evening game, and some really good tries. And also, I just thought that the belief, the team, the Roosters haven't been beaten all year.
No.
And so they came into the game being way above points for and against and not losing a game. But the belief in not only just the Broncos team, but the whole organisation that they can do, that they were never going to lose. And you could see, though, it was like an arm wrestle, one strong one way, and then the Broncos come back, and then the Roosters were certain, and we can see here a couple of their big players come off the bench, score some try, turns it back over to the Roosters. But it was really nothing in it. But that belief that you can have some key players, that Mele Hufunga that came in and made some huge. It was a player of the final, but. You couldn't just really pick on one person. They all played really well, and it was a wonderful game to watch. I was glad I watched that game.
Ole kala falso pico. Pe anka kala ngoi fo I ke mo mongi mo final so mai ia ole Broncos I pof kenge makama. Ia le vo mulmuliang le mo fam kalanga ile EFL malo fo ile Australia ze malo fo la Brisbane. Ole ka wa ia mele wa ke kon fo yo lo wa o ka alo I ko kon wa ole organization na kom kala pol Broncos po kama mkengi lo wala ke kilongi ole history mengi longo vinga makwa yo man mako ole belief ka kon mar fa ko male ako ko e me kena ka ko vai o vinga ngo vai ko malo kengi va pe o sol ole aka vula le PSM ka yala le mo final ka mo lo sa ma ka li vime va pengia ka ko pe vi asola ka ko kula ka ko sa ngi ka longa le manu ala ka ke no sa ai ese vole I la ngonga ia ma le ka pe penganga vo ile nga ka kingo an ma fa ese ma ngai ole o ka longa kenge le ku sa ole ti nga mo me ve va pe ia sa ngal final ki so ka va ia so umale maka
Wonderful game.
Ai la ka longa kama
ole ke masalo fai unga fo la fori lenga nga lenga malo le Broncos ka longa ka longa ma ke
au mo aula veka ko peki ma Ola ke o fai vola
ora o malo
ola fai vola folila ko ia ma ti se vale Broncos ole ala mai ka ko lima ma ti se la Broncos le el malo fa kai malo la vale coach ele ai me se voi ia le agua com mai welcome fingane al storm ale ia ma ko le me o finals ole there's no time to complacent both attack mal defense I miss mo wala vango opportunity si koa malo si koa fiki leanga all he had to just hold on to the ball kakao ai fam polo ngalenga score yo lisi me PS kamale le masangi le score ikulanga me but ko make your mariner both wingers o sa mo ka making is ia wingi umaye lua ma ngai ole
kamalo marina eso ol kinga sa ko le la kai ai ngare special le kama ma sa ska ka le o vola vai ka ke vai o vai ka lo marina e al le o ma vai ka le malo lo so pa wa nga vai ma le por fucking so ol kinga le
who was your player
le Singapore lapi
le mora vai o mo congratulations brother power kamalo
power longa leo ma power longa como
outstanding player
number 6
player Who was the outstanding player in the Broncos? Loki Kilo. Yeah.
The game was again. It was like an arm wrestle.
Yeah, arm wrestle. Yeah.
But when they were like again, the Melbourne Storm were up by 12, but I sort of knew that the Broncos were never out. But Maangaia, let's start all of Melbourne. They were so slick. Maangaia langa strike moves. The movement, skills, power, and they got up to it. But then they relaxed. You know, I don't know.
That's
and that there was one thing, that one person that did it. They said, "Come so many fasco or Reece Walsh."
Yeah, nah.
They said, "Come, you know, what they said."
Yeah, but that's cool.
And he came in for the tackle.
Yeah,
and everybody's talking about how he played. He was the man, the Dally M Award for the final. But you can't, like, whether it was defence or was attack or kicking for goal, he did everything.
Everything,
And I would say, and you could say, is that Reece Walsh probably the best rugby or rugby league player in the world right now.
Yeah.
Would you agree? I can't see anybody else. If
Totally
you think
agree.
about
Totally
Jordan
agree.
or DuPont or some in the UK, you tell me there's got someone that does everything. The one speed, power, vision, skills. He's got everything.
Yeah, the way I could say, book of Island, Camaleo, Michael Jordan. Kamole we power malo. Kinga town le ana alu lava kam faya. Ya ele faya ingale le attitude fole. Elu e kam fai create. Elu kilo su el polo moa e kilo me fai. Ngaka o vai ko lava o menga ngwa yele yel mafo fau kam kilo ya.
Man.
Well, it's nga malo. Nga moa fo ya vango ale storm. I me nga moa we break the full picky you know power ka long. All of decision making gaming nga is se malo among we malo se walk ya ko la vale. The Meti Silver Broncos. When was the last time malo? Oh man, that was
Liverpool.
Gaming Carlo, yeah,
that's right.
Why?
But even then, and Almore would know about this too. That what the all teams, whether it's rugby or rugby league, can learn is that if you have your team spirit, if you believe in and trust each other,
that's all it takes.
You can overcome anything.
Yeah.
And that team, what Melbourne started off. Anybody think, Melbourne's got it, they'll finish and win easily. But because you hear the interviews, they believe in each other, they believe their coach, the coach, whatever he said, they trust, and then they just go and put their body on the line. And that's something we can all learn in sport, not only with rugby, but in particular with our Minister more. If they were going, if you just have faith in the coach, whoever leads it, you trust it and go and implement, you can create history.
So
Salia JT le mena o ke manku ai le ivo ngolenga makua faia inga le anga ya ka ko ya fiki no mo mai ro ka longa nga ya wa umaku ho ir kapking ya fetch umaku ma marco suma ya sui malo al ka sanga volanga wa luina le ka pengal malanga yo ai langi ma ikari e ku sala ka penga malanga ko ki ale har jan ka fai unga vonga le mai le companhia pe alu pele vonga le o yang fai ma ko fongo mo sunga ya perlem lo kula ma kapking sili ma fa ko ole o ke mo ya lu ka le alu tu va wala ikio ya ka ko ma lo ya ayalang ko malo ya ikaria li fie lunga le mele ka foi inga ya fiti ma mai la ma church la tu wa ma ka alo ya sa ma ko mai la ile ke tu ke la au mala o lo la ile ka alo ma ko foi ma church a fa mai ka la church ke la ngoi ile ka ngalo le ta ko ya mai ke le la ula ki o fa church ale paual me au kilo me ka me ki fo mala la ki le ka kongu ya la ko man ka kwa opi ya la ngalu malang o kwa pingi mai lang ya sauro inga ma fatto soal
Oh, wow.
kai mi nga mo
That's right.
ya or ka salde ya or ka kongu or fo kwa ngare ni fai fo ya jos ma ngai ka ma ko mo pet fo sa kap king aku ya ka ya vai me ka me ki nga ko le ka kongu ya la ko ole ka wo ke ku la nga ngale ka pe vo la le me la o vo la ila ko au ke mi
So do you think that after that this Toa Samoa team they selected is probably the best team Samoa's ever selected? And I'm talking about across all sports, because that is an amazing selection of players.
Ma pe ngai
We've got the best prop in the world.
Pe ngai ka mikinga la.
Haas is playing.
Pe ve Christian mana ko. Ya lo ka ko kalango ngi o liki Broncos male ya lo ka ko sa ya ka ko kalango me kalango mo sa mo male o le mele mai ka kalango in melo spilio la pe ya o kamal nga pe ole penga mulu ya nga fa mo ye pe fa pe wa ir ke me lo fa lo ko le kingo wa umale pe uma wo le se fit uma fitness po quite down morale vol ai pe ala si pili nga ko fa mo ye e ko ni sia ya le al ka o spili ele mga mia va pe o mangsam mga mia se fulu lima o spili mga mia lo me fa kasi ko se fulu lima le nungal mala wa ele mga mia fo ngai ka nga ka fo ye nga ngo mai ale ale loko ako ko ye ka wo ye me le ka ko ngoi mi se vola ole ka penga ngi ya ko ye ka ko to sa mo lo ka ko vai ni le au mo kwa le ya ele ke mi e ma ngai on paper ai mo la so fa ki ngoi mo ko i you need to get the
different story
ya mo ko i au fo i wa au ngi va ve ka ko a mi se a voi wa i me fa penga mi se ka ko e va pe ma ko le a ke wo ko le fa ki ngol ka lo mo ko le ya grounded out ko o i fai mel ka lengi ngo ye makulanga me ai pe o le o ka ka ngon me ngi ka ko man samo nga le ko ye to sa mo wa le mo ki ngo le fai ka longa e ma me ko le fo ye to al ke min ka ko mano lo o kulanga ole o kilo ko wa o kilo ka ko fa le ko ai a mo spilling e mo ki ngo ai e manguia ka ko fa mo o ko pa wala me qualify ka ko e foi ka kalongo foi ska nga ka fa longo foi kala ska ka fa me e mai foi la all qualify ia ka fa ko foi ko mo si amakanga fo me va pena ia ka ia o fa ka rio ngame ele me fai ngokwa songa lu fa kingo se me ala already well ma fa penga akal kung vo io kala fa ye kanga ka mi se vol ka ko kungu ngonga il fa ngongo me lo ye ka ko ya akal kung vo la mai mo sa mo ya ma se vol ka ko lo yung la ka pim ka ko mala kal kung vo yo le unga ngi mal fa mo o le mele ka kom fa ye ya qualify ka ko wa le qualify ngil ka ko manu le world cup se world cup mo la ka ko le o ya ka ilo la ile ma fo wai ile kusal ma fo kan ka ile ka alu ma fo kan ka alu ma fo ma ko ngi ka alu ma fo ngola ma ko ma ke ma nga ye ma ko qualify ka ko au pola la val ke lo kala me ma ke le ma nga ole nga fa ka u mai ya pola la va ya ko nga fa ai ma ku la ngan mergi e ka wal spiri ya kasi mo wal fa mo le ali au mo
ngi ya ale me ku pe le mai ka longa le ka ko kiwi mo le to sa
ia
la sa sui
Yeah.
October. Ya, o le fai mai ni. Le fai mai Mount Smart.
Talo vai o kele le alo tiki se lo fa ka. Pa le wo pensa ngo te ti lo wa na smel ka ko ti. Ma ngai o lao. Ma ngai o lao. Ko mai vil fa ya onga mala ko pa wan me avel ka ko lango ia ka ko malinge o kilangi ia po fia lava Australia ia vala per ka ngia la mai la waki Freddy. Ya mai umal ka ko makamaka mai per ka ngia mai makamaka support ka ko to samo.
And you can get all your merchandise from the shop out at the airport, our Eveni shop.
Yeah.
They've got all the supporters memorabilia that's there, plenty there, and I'm sure you can get that. Who is our sponsors as well?
Yeah.
So get your tops, get it apparel and merchandise. That's going to be a good game. You know, we can wear that again. We need to get all our flags all flying. For that game on the 19th of October versus the Kiwis. Marai for the Kiwis, and it's a strong team as well.
Yeah.
So that's always going to be tough, but we've got, and the difference is that a lot of our Kiwis are always strong and good players, but a lot of our boys that have been playing in the NRL in the finals are in good form.
Yeah.
And so, you're right, you need to get a coach, hopefully the coach bring them together quickly. And then they carry on what they've done in the NRL and then bring it to another level for the Toa Samoa.
Ya nga fa fonga mai ia kako amisa kako ngi okila. Ya vai kako sponsor le kako sponsor no. Ole Eveni Pacific. Pe vong sa ngoche ti ya mo uma ya paros mo la e. No a lo ai ya ma mikiafu of kingo.
Lots of nice
stuff. Kama ka. Makamai foi kamai ia faile ia la inga e oi ka ko support ka ko to Samoa ia me se foi ia manguia to Samoa ia longo winga foi la ka winga qualify ka ko manu mul mai anove ia e ngeme o malava ia mo per ka ko ari wa ngeme al maka sole ele ka la TV ngo fale ko ulo storm we can king ole ia
ele ka TV Paul Mel ka woso ko male
ya
le kai me wa fa ngo so ko mala ko TV
give me the ball
ko la ngai me uma ya e uma ngeme ya pe ole ka kia mai la mal ka ko peki lenga fai ya wa lim fai nga lo uma nga le mai mo misa mo ma Samoa pa wa ngi lau esel fel frangi o isi lau uma ke le lau po fe aval me faia ia ko mafkama lau ai ole lau ngi lau la poko nge ma ko Talanoa o ama ko kala fai yo kala fai ma halu nga polava a ole loko e nga kaskas longa winga au mua whakamari i le whainga ole ka upu malolo whakamari ole voi e mai mo mai fui ma asiaka ia onga o le ke luko lo mo teti ia fui shautang ia asiaka i ngai Australia alu ko mai vengi ko shout fo ngei ia ma ko uma ngei ma ko la ngai me ia ma ma mua ia Samoa ele e malolo whakamari ko la ngai me ia uma keunga saungi mai elopotea JT
ko la lu bole
front la faile la whakamari i ma me uma e faile ke kusi o uma ia keunga me ka unga fai uma whamanguia oe ma me uma la ngai ia e whapenga lava le whamoimoe ia ia wale foi e keten reisa ia la ulti tu Samoa ka longa la tu Samoa ma kiwi ia lo vai ngele le squad al tu Samoa mo ko manga ia le kel e vai ngai kengi ke pe o le ia siena lo fipo le ka lo titan ta le va pe nga piki chilo ru se la Oscar ia lo ka ngo ten down sa ka lo tu Samoa ia mar ka ngo ngai kengi o ka la ke silfia ko lisia chechi
Well, I do notice the dual international or Siking or Noel Williams Guthrie, so she's still in there. A lot of them they played in the NRL playoffs and the finals, and obviously one's in the final. But it's good to see the mix of experience here. There's always Salah still back in there. She played both for the Jillaroos. Now she's for the Whetu Samoa squad. So again, it'll be two good games, the curtain raiser and then the main game. It'll be tough, but it'll be exciting. It'll be a good game.
So sisile ia mo le il kako au le tu Samoa.
Wa fa yo le ka alo kengi le kamisanga le por competition na skari kwa morunga la vale o le level le wo ye ko manga ye ke le fu la ko experience ko la vale lo ka lo so e va ke ko la manga ye yo le la ki ke lo ye to sa mo le tu sa mo io
e ka ke ye
kusala
ka ke ka lo
la vingi to asulu mo le
tu e ka yala ye tu sa mo e mo le wila malo ia koe ka penga melka ko ka ko keo te tima
vai
e fa ke a foi ia saunga foi o bola sa ia fam kala foi le po fe lava e ka ko ke ia lo ile tua ia ka ko ia la ngala banga e ia foi ka ke o foi o le ka po inga foi me lo foi ka po ka ko a ia e kulanga me ma ia e awongi ngalo pa ka so ticket ye ke o kwai ang o mkwa vavela lo tike so
sala
olo mkwai ko le ka ngofi me mala me ale nga foi fa so kai menge i ma ko ofisa nge Blue TV ya po fe lava mo ko so so nge wal fa ka ngo o tike ya nga vo fa ka online ya o le si wi ka ko por kalame ya Samoa ya fa ka ke le lava mo ko kemi fa mo inga mai foi po fe lava lo e mai mo me konferenga luenga po fe lava yu kan mo manga ya Samoa po ngai vangi sila Australia Amerika po fe lava lava ke mi lo ye i ko ko lala ma wai ya lo fale ko mai fa mo yaku la foi es ma ko fam kalanga ule ka ko mali ko fa fonga ya ko fa foi mai fam kalanga sports no ngo kainga ya mo moli yaku ko fingalo ma mlam foi ya kam fai foi alum fa na Samoa so skalonga la langia ko a mi se lava la kapi ya mo temnei la ma ko fa so fu ko filo il va so fo to fa Samoa
to fa so fo